Hello, and thank you for joining this short video on building or strengthening your human resource organization. Human resources, or our teams and employees, play an incredibly important role in helping us to build successful businesses. What exactly are we talking about when we refer to the human resources or HR organization? Basically, this refers to any part of that process in the cycle of employment. That might start with the recruiting process, finding the people that you want to bring into your organization. If we find them, we may want to hire them. That means entering into contractual relationships, which makes sense both to the organization and to the employee. And if we hire them, we want them to become effective and productive as soon as possible in the organization, and that means onboarding them effectively. And education or training or professional development is an ongoing activity which organizations should engage in, because this makes for more satisfied employees, but also more productive employees. And throughout the journey of the employee in this organization, we want to engage in performance management. That means monitoring the way in which they are working in the organization, but also helping them to contribute more and to be more satisfied and productive. And of course, one of the duties of the employer is to ensure that the employees are properly compensated in ways which motivate the employees to contribute more. And human resources involves quite a lot of administration. There's the actual payroll, there's benefits administration, and other important aspects which have to be properly administered. Of course, every employment arrangement will eventually come to some end. That could be because of voluntary or involuntary reasons, and we refer to this as termination. So these are some of the important activities that your human resource organization will be involved in. Why is this area so important? Well, it's well known that the success of a business will be largely determined by the productivity, the attitudes, the motivation of their team members. So it's important to try and strengthen this particular activity. Where exactly should we focus? Perhaps this diagram will give you a starting point. Think about your organization, and let's start at the top, the vision. To what extent can you, and more importantly, your team, describe exactly the vision of your organization? That is why your organization exists, what it wants to achieve. Let's move to organizational chart. This is about understanding the relationships between the different people in the organization, who reports to who, and what opportunities there are to progress inside the organization. Job descriptions means getting really clear on the roles and responsibilities of people. What do they have to do in order to succeed? What metrics will be used to measure that success? Hiring is the process of finding people and bringing them into your organization on terms that make absolute sense to you, and probably is one way to distinguish yourself from your competitors. If you can bring on the best people, you have a really good chance of success. And onboarding is about making them feel comfortable, but also getting them to be productive in the shortest possible time. Investing in professional development, this can be formal with courses, even university degrees perhaps, but it can also be informal, where groups get together and share learnings on the business. And we need to regulate our teams with policies and processes and procedures which make things clear. This could be as simple as applying for a vacation, taking a day off, going on sick leave. It could be as simple as that, but it needs to be clear and easy to execute. Communication, one of the biggest complaints we hear from employees is, no one tells me what's going on around here. Management doesn't let us know. So how can we embed clear communication into our processes so that people are aware of what they can do to contribute to the well-being of the organization? And finally, compensation. This refers to how you compensate people, when and how much, and we want our compensation packages to be attractive and competitive relative to the competition. That will help us to attract the best possible employees. So how does your organization stack up on these different ideas? Where can you improve? Perhaps you want to pick one or two and try to analyze it more deeply and see if you can make improvements there. Meanwhile, thank you for joining us on this short video. We wish you well and hope you'll join us in the future. Thank you and goodbye.